In this session, we're going to discuss items to be returned. So from my home ribbon, I'm going to go to Purchases. You're going to see an area down here called Returned Items, Items to be returned. Now, returned items is actually a two-step process, so we're going to discuss just step one in this session. If I go to items to be returned, I can search by supplier, type of item, whether it is parts or cores. I can look for specific part numbers. I can search by description and by manufacturer. If I just want to pull up an entire list of everything waiting to go back to the vendors, I can simply click Reset and search. So this is going to give me a complete listing of everything waiting to go back. It's going to give you the date, what type of a part. Is it a core or a part return? Where does it come from? Did it come from a purchase here, a work order, inventory, found items, things like that. You'll have a list of suppliers, part numbers, descriptions, manufacturers if they were entered, quantities, unit, cost, core, and total. Now you can sort this however you like just by simply clicking on a header. You can click a header and drag it up to the top and group it if you like, and then open it up from there. So whichever way you want to look at this, whatever is most convenient for you. So before we get into this, let's discuss how do these items get there? How do they get there? Number one, if I have an item in inventory and I no longer wish to keep it in inventory, I would go to my inventory. So let's go pull up an oil filter, for example. So here I have 4 of these oil filters sitting in my inventory. And if I just simply right click and do a quick edit, I can return items from inventory. So whenever I do a return, select how many I want to go back, hit OK, and now it's going to automatically send to the returns bin. Now that will reside here. So if I hit reset and search again, now I'll have the oil filters there. There's my oil filter. Whoops, sorry, wrong one. That oil filter here. The second area it's going to come from is from your work orders, and this is the most common way to do it. You'll see this a lot with people. So what is our golden rule here? Our golden rule is if you have a part that you order in, you must receive it. If I don't want the part after all, I just simply click on it, right click, and I can return it. So you have to receive it in order to return it. It has to create that paper trail. And see, now it's going to move it to the returned items. So we'll save and close that. The third way, which a lot of people forget about, is credit slips. So here I have a credit slip waiting to be posted. On this slip, I have a couple of these seat filters. Now these are going to go back to inventory because they came from inventory. But if it was an item that I had received in, it would automatically throw them in a returns bin. Now if I open this up, I can return to inventory, see, because that's where they came from. Or I can say, let's put them in the returns bin. So once I post this and pay it out, then it's going to put those 2 parts in the returns bin. So typically those are the 3 ways parts are going to get there, and cores. So if I reset and search again, there's my seat filters. So what are the features in here? Let's go to the top ribbon. You notice I've been hitting reset and search. Reset just gives me everything, gives me all suppliers. It's just a quick and easy way to do this. I can print, email, PDF. I can create return slips, split items, move items to inventory. add, found, delete. Now, we're going to go through each one of these one at a time. So let's just sort this by supplier real quick. So what is show item detail? Where did this part come from? This came from that supplier invoice. That's the supplier, and it has not been posted to the payable yet. So at any time, you can just simply click on anything and go to detail to see where it came from. Here's the invoice where we bought this on. Here's where we sold it. And now if I have an item that I can't send back, maybe it's damaged, broken, lost, thrown away, then what I can do is delete it. Whenever I delete an item, I have to expense it to some adjustment account. Now, most of these templates that we send out already have an account here called Lost and Found. You can utilize this, or you can expense it to wherever you wish. But as soon as I do this, it deletes it from here, and now that's expensed out. Add found item gives you the capability to add an item that needs to go back that's not in the system. You just simply pick your supplier, put in a part number, whatever it is. Let's just say we had a belt here. You can put in a manufacturer. You can tell the system, is it a part or a core? How many? And what is the value? In other words, what did it cost me? Again, adjustment account is wherever you want it to go. And you can put it to the same account, the lost and found account if you like. Kind of gives you one nice, easy place to go look for everything to see what's been lost or found. You notice I've been clicking on an item here and going up to the top here. Now I can do the same thing just by simply right-clicking. So I have all the same features. So move to inventory. Now, if I have an item that did not come from inventory, I received it on a work order or maybe in a credit slip and I put it into the returns bin, I do have the choice to be able to move it over to inventory. Now, I can't move a core to inventory, okay? If the part originally came from inventory, it'll go straight back. So if I simply click on this, go to move in inventory, hit OK, it's gone, went right back to inventory. Now, items such as this, where it came from a work order or credit slip, then when I move to inventory, it's going to immediately search for a matching part number. So let's see if it has one. So here it brought over the part number. Now, any item that you're moving to inventory from the returns bin that has manufacturer, it also brings that over. So it does a search and it looks for that item. If it does not find that item, then what I usually do is get rid of the manufacturer and I search again just for the part number. So I click again just to see if I might have it in here. Since I don't have it in here, I'm going to have to create a part card. Very easy to do. You just hit add. Tell it where do you want to put this filter. Let's just say we want to throw it in the oil lube maintenance here. It'll automatically bring over the part number, the description, the manufacturer. Now in pricing, it will bring over cost. So if you want, you can go ahead and edit the sell price here. Tell it what kind of a markup you want. Let's just say I want a 30% margin on this. There we go. Now when I hit save, I have a part card. Then all I have to do is click on it once, go up to apply, and I move it into inventory. You also have the capability of splitting items. If you notice down here, I have these 2 winter blades. I have 2 of them. What if I want to keep one and send one back? Or I'm only ready to send one back at this point in time. So all I have to do is just simply click on it, go up to split, and I can split it to 2 separate line items. We hit yes. Now I have 2 separate line items that I can control. Typically what's going to happen in here, when you're ready to send parts back to a vendor, you want to come in and highlight the item or items that are going back. So if I'm sending these 3 back, now all I'm doing is clicking and dragging. You can also click, hold your control key, and pick what's going back. So here I have these 4 part numbers I want to send back to the vendor at this time. I create credit slip. Here's where I'm going to put my return slip number or return authorization. Now remember, this is a return slip. This is not the credit invoice. It's a return slip. As soon as I do this and click on OK, it'll move them out of the bin and moves them down to return slips. Now, as a side note, if you want, you can just simply go over here, pull it up, here's the one we just made, open it, and then you can print it. That way you have it. You can even email it right to a vendor. So that is items to be returned.